Hey everybody, it's Kneecap here, and in this video I'm going to be talking about how to make the ends of expansions a little bit more interesting, a little bit better for the player base. Just kind of throwing stuff out there and willing to hear what other people have to say about it too. So at the end of every expansion, what typically happens is a lot of people just unsub and just wait for the expansion to come out, unless, they just want to finish Mythic or finish Heroic or finish whatever they were doing, get flying, things that they haven't quite done yet that they want to finish doing. A lot of people just unsub because there's really not anything to do. And I can't blame Blizzard because why would they be putting out content for this game when they want you to buy the new game coming out, in just a few months from now? But I do have an idea of how to kind of possibly stave this off. So my idea is every time you make an expansion, they're already going to have the first raid, the first everything all set up, the lore, all that stuff's going to be set up for the first big patch of the game. So what I'm proposing is you should also have a final little situation set up as well. A final patch that you're going to release I don't know, 4 or 5 months before the next expansion comes out. So you already have it in mind. It doesn't follow it follows the lore, but it might be drifting into what the next expansion might be or setting up a new character. But it doesn't have to follow exactly in the game because you don't know exactly what you're going to do in 7 point, or in this case it was 7, but like 8.1, 8.2, 8.3. This would be basically like an 8.4 if you're talking about the next expansion, and it would already be set up. And let's say it's just going to introduce a new character, a new person that's important to the game or going forward, or bring back a character that's super important going forward. And it doesn't even have to be a raid. That'd be cool, but it could be like a dungeon, a bunch of new quests, and it's basically enough stuff, at least for an active player, to be busy for about a month. Because that way, even if you play casually, you can probably spread that out a little bit. I think there's all kinds of interesting things they could do. They could do stuff with the Black Dragonflight. They could do stuff with like the Lich King if he's not already going to be in the expansion. They could do stuff with all kinds of like basically like storyline with Bolvar. They could remake an instance for that level as the new instance. So like one of those ICC instances that they put towards the end, you could remake one of those for level 120 or whatever, and have that be a new instance, and it's a lot harder. Maybe drops really nice loot and stuff like that. I think that would be really cool. All kinds of things. And the best part about this is that they could have this pre-planned. So you would basically have the initial big patch already in hand when you bought the expansion, and they would, although it wouldn't be released or anything, and I guess the problem could be maybe it could be data mined or something. I guess you don't have to implement it yet. You could just have it all planned out already, and then you'd have a final patch implemented right at that point. Because I think I'm just speculating here. I don't work at Blizzard, so but I'm speculating that basically they can't really put out something new right now for the game because they're working on the new game. So how could they? They can't really put focus and a bunch of time and resources into adding a new patch to this current game. So if you already did that ahead of time, and there, besides, of course, it's a huge job making an expansion, but besides that, they don't have other things to do really in this current game. So it would be the best time if you were ever going to worry about having two full like patches done before it was released. That would be the time to do it, is in this dead time. The same time that we're bored. I'm not saying they're bored; they still have a lot to do, but this would probably be the best time, if any time, to do that. I think that would be a great solution. Obviously, there's a bunch of stuff they could do, some of it crazier than others. But let me know what you think about that, and everybody have a good one.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching. Thumbs up and sub as always. Also comment below, share the videos. Appreciate it so much. You can also check me out at Twitter at WoW Gaming Inc. and at Twitch with the tag name Kneecap Killa. So everyone have a good one and see you again soon.